As human beings, we're all creators. You create things every day. I've always had a passion for building things, and then just a willingness to learn. I think every day I go to work kind of with the mindset that I'm going to learn something new, even if I don't. I've come from a place where, yeah, it's different than where I am now. But as long as I keep growing and I keep learning, I can do anything. My name's Cedric Smith, and I'm a welder. Bunch of me just sitting on the couch. I think we still lived in Chicago. My mom, she remarried when I was 2 years old, but I also know my father. He was kind of in and out of the institutions as far as like being incarcerated when I was young. But summers I would still go to Chicago and I'd go visit my grandpa. My grandfather inspired me at an early age just from going to work with him. He was a mechanical engineer, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, jack of all trades. I see guys come to him super frustrated, you know, with a rig or truck part that's not fixing to dimension, and he'd go over there and fix it. And, you know, he's just the man for international trucking, you know, he has a reputation there. Watching him fix trucks, you know, do work on engines and everything like that, he's given me a lot of direction. He's given me a lot of inspiration. Just who he is as a man and the obstacles I've seen him beat. I was 19, fresh out of high school when I was in prison, and it was just a tumultuous time, kind of. I just lost hope. I didn't really see myself being productive in any way. I just kind of thought that the time for that was over, like I lost my chance. But people make mistakes, you know, and nothing that you do you can't redeem yourself from, or you can't get back up and get back on the bike. In prison, actually, I was introduced to high performance manufacturing. And then from there, I got introduced to welding. Welding holds our country together. Just like seeing big buildings and knowing that welding is a huge part of that. You can weld on submarines, you can weld on tanks, you can weld on skyscrapers. It inspired me as well because it's like I can do kinda what my grandpa did and just be a part of like manufacturing and building structures that last forever. It restored hope for me. It was like being given a second chance. I applied at a technical school and was accepted pretty much like within weeks of being released. And from there on, it was pretty much like secondhand for me, just like what I already had knew, like a small skill set for welding. But welding's a little intimidating for beginners. And it was really hard for me to understand how to get that wire speed and that amperage and all of that just right. And for all the safety hazards, you're dealing with oxygen gas, argon gas. If you turn a pressure gauge too far, you could actually bust the rig of the gauge and it will come off there like a shotgun blast. Understanding how to weld on different types of metal or different types of material. Technical school was like really like the door for me. It just showed me that welding is applied pretty much in everything in the world, you know, that's built. One of the big things in welding and training for welding, man, is getting over the fear. You know, it's easy to give up, for sure. But it's just fear, you know, and the only way to get over fear is to face it. My biggest hope for the future is that I continue to grow in this field, to be a better welder, to actually acquire the skills to become a master welder and a journeyman. Well, my life coach, Darnell Baker, put me in touch with the 3M grant program that they were having. I signed up, and actually through that grant, I was able to acquire my own welding machine. Was able to start running bead, coming home from work and still welding on my own, or just putting in the hours. Just by practicing, you know, day and night. Sometimes I would leave work and, you know, weld again in the shed, or I would take blueprints that I could use and just learn how to build things on my own. It gave me a lot more leeway. It gave me an opportunity to advance myself. But once you actually get familiar with a welder and a welding booth, safety, I think people will be surprised how fun it is. You know, sparks flying everywhere, being that close to a torch and actually seeing metal become molten. To me, welding is like art. I've always loved to build things, and then once I started getting things that stuck and didn't fall apart or get kicked over, it gave me a sense of pride in my work. It showed me that welding is a skill that it varies in form, but there's a lot of different ways you can apply it. It's just like forming something from nothing, and if that's not art, what is?
Oh, hold on. You eat it?
She didn't even wait.
Outside of the technical stuff, welding has taught me patience, and it's taught me diligence, that I have no limit. I can learn whatever I want to learn. You know, whatever I apply myself to, I can be great at.
Wow, good job.
In my mind, a second chance worker is someone who's reinvented themselves. Finding that passion is important because we need more welders. Any type of skilled trade, honestly, these jobs are needed in our country, and I think it pushes us all forward to be a part of that. My advice for people coming into the trades would be not to quit.
Safety first.
Safety first. The same old pop. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm thinking about all the lessons you taught me over the years and how hardworking you are, just your legacy that you put forth for us. You know, always supporting me and giving me advice and helping me be a better man, a better person. Yeah, I love you, Papa.
Great, love you too.
There is no limit with these type of trades. I think welding definitely tests your bravery and your courage. You gotta have the willingness to commit yourself and keep going. Dream big. Dream as big as you can. Dream skyscraper big. You'll spend your lifetime learning and enjoying new things, new experiences. It's a really unique feeling, I think, for myself, just because every time I weld, man, it's like vindication almost. It's like I'm doing this, I know where I started and where I am. I know where I wanna go. The greatest pride in welding comes from the fact that no one can take this skill from me, and it's something that I can continue to evolve in. I've had a time in life where I wasn't really accomplishing much, and you know, I was okay with that. And you know, now I'm not. I told myself that I didn't come all this way for no reason. I kind of want to continue to grow, and I think welding is like my key to the world.